I'm planning on moving out of the United States.
The benefit of my family was get the f out of the United States,
You
man.
leave America, your happiness, your depression, all that gets a lot better.
You have all these nice things, the jewelry, the cars. Now you have to pay for security.
In the US, we were sick all the time. It wasn't just fast food.
Quitting my job and leaving the US was literally the best decision I have ever made.
Yes, girl, you can leave. You don't have to be stuck where you were born and raised.
Leaving the USA was one of the best decisions I ever made.
I left America for a new life.
Leaving the U.S. to live abroad is by far the best decision I've ever made in my life.
Why I left America 3 years ago.
Leaving my home country was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life.
Are you one of the many Americans that is trying to leave the United States?
More Americans are asking a question that once seems unthinkable. Would life be actually better somewhere else, from housing, health insurance, retirement, and the cost of everyday life? Whoa, that's the reason why many people are living abroad, and that number keep on growing bigger and bigger every day. Are you one of those people? Drop a comment below. We want to know. And if you got extra spot, put me in it. Let's check out this video.
Y'all, I left America and I ain't coming back. I ain't coming back. I ain't coming back. Literally a month ago, I was sitting in my room in LA, in California, in America, just completely depressed. Nervous system all fucked up. Dying slowly because of the food. And I said, nah. Nay. I'm not about to do this. It took months of strategic planning, okay, and doing what I had to do to finally get here. But I'm here and I ain't going back. Use me as a walking testimony. If you feeling like something is off, this doesn't really feel like what life is supposed to be. The matrix of it all, the rat race of it all. There are resources. There are resources. Do your research. Figure out where you want to go and make that plan and go. Because, baby, I made that plan and I left and I ain't never coming back.
We left the US simply because it just wasn't serving us anymore. Capitalism had us in a chokehold, so we packed up our bags and moved to Spain. I'm Liza and this is Janai. And on top of finishing school, always wanting to travel, we just felt like it was our time. We grew tired of car bills, expensive groceries that could give us cancer, that hustle mindset, the direct effects of Donald Trump, and to finally go after our dreams of traveling the world. We've always wanted to travel in hopes to find a better quality of life. So we took that leap of faith and here we are in one of the gayest places on earth. We feel really safe here and been having a ball. Here the work-life balance is so much better. And this is just the first stop on our world tour. So come along with us on this journey. Bye.
In honor of this year's 4th of July, I'm going to tell you why I left America 3 years ago, or the United States, and how my life has changed in those last 3 years. Quick backstory. In 2023, it was the year of my 30th birthday, and I was freaking the fuck out. I was having a midlife, quarter-life crisis, whatever you want to call it, but I hated my life. I hated where I was. I was working 12-hour shifts at the factory in Bowling Green, Kentucky. I was 280 pounds. I was on 6 different medications for anxiety, panic attacks, hypertension, asthma because of the work environment. It was just absolutely horrible. I hated my job, hated my car, hated my house, hated the location. I didn't like anything about my life. And so I gave myself 2 options. Number 1, I could quit life in general, if you know what I mean, the extreme option. Or number 2, I could reset. I could abandon everything that I had going that I didn't like in my life and change it and make it my own and live the life that I always imagined I'd be living at that age. And so I chose the second option, obviously. And what I did was I gave myself a 6-month plan. I saved every penny that I possibly could for 6 months. And then after those 6 months, I sold my car, sold all my stuff. I quit my job, broke my lease, and filed my tax returns, cashed out my 401k, which was like just a couple $1,000s. And I took all that money and I booked a one-way flight to Thailand, where I live currently. I live in Phuket, Thailand. I've lived here for the last 3 years. But that's what I did. And since then, with no experience, having been a factory worker, before that I was a bartender, before that I was driving for Postmates, before that I was doing construction, before that I was doing working at a grocery store as a bagger. That was my job experience. And I came out here with no plan, no job, no degree, no corporate experience, no corporate skills, nothing. and I built an entire business from posting content and selling digital products. I made multiple six figures in the last 2 years, and it's changed my entire life. And the reason I'm telling you all that is because none of that would have happened if I didn't change my environment. Now, I love America. This is not to hate on America. I wish the best for the country that I grew up in. But right now, I think a lot of people are feeling this shift that's happening. And for a lot of people who feel like I felt at 30 years old, that day of my birthday, I think that an environment change is necessary, whether it's to Thailand or whether it's to another city or to another state or just out of your hometown or out of wherever you are right now. When you're able to change your environment, it gives you that freedom to start changing yourself. I think a lot of the time where we are at keeps us locked down in our current position, and people there try to keep us down because they want everyone to stay at their level. But changing your environment allows you to reinvent yourself. It allows you to face your fears, overcome obstacles that you may have never overcome before, and just change. Get new experiences, meet new people, experience new cultures. And that alone will change the way that you see the world. It will change the way that you see people. And for Thailand in particular, being such a safe place where I'm able to be at peace and I don't have to be stressed out everywhere I go, especially now that I have my family here, I have my son, my wife, I'm not worried about it. Violence, any of that stuff. I don't worry about anything. And just that alone has allowed me to sort of flourish in my own right. And so, or within myself. And honestly, that right there is the biggest change you will ever make. You want to have success, you want to have a life that you can be proud of and cool experiences, you have to change yourself first. And if changing yourself means changing your environment, do it. Even if it's out of the country. It's 2026, guys. It's not that hard to change where you're at, even if it's in another country. Everything can be figured out. Just ask ChatGPT how to do it. It will tell you. It'll tell you exactly what you need and exactly where to go and exactly what needs to get. It's not that difficult anymore. Don't make excuses. I love you guys so much. Happy 4th of July. I'm going to get my son because we've been bodyboarding all day. We're going to eat some dinner, okay? So, love you guys. See you. Good night from Thailand.
Are you one of the many Americans that is trying to leave the United States? What I've seen lately is that there are more US citizens moving abroad than ever before. People are tired of corporate work culture that glorifies burnout. Healthcare costs are completely insane, and there is a massive lack of work life balance. I personally am wanting a slower pace of life, more time freedom, and just different priorities in general. And it doesn't feel like I'm running away per se, but it feels more that I'm choosing just something different. We're part of this wave and trying to document the entire thing. Haven't landed on an exact place that we're going to yet, but we are hopeful. And I'm curious, are there people out there that are also on this path? And where are you guys choosing to potentially look to relocate to? And what's the reason that you want to leave the US?
I posted a video a couple weeks ago saying I was leaving the US and moving abroad. And somebody wrote, Bruno, why don't you stay and fight? Stay and fight to live here? To live in the United States where half the population is racist and in a cult? Where every day, bang, 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 happens in a country that is unaffordable, where you have to be wealthy to afford health care? Stay and fight for that? In a country where both parties are getting hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars from another country that commits genocide on a daily basis? Stay and fight? I'm fighting to get out of here, not to stay here. Why the F would I fight to live here?
I'm planning on moving out of the United States. You know, in life, we talk about outgrowing people or outgrowing different cities and towns and needing to move on. But one thing we never really talk about, because it's never been introduced to us, is what happens when you outgrow your country. Now, look, the United States was once great for a lot of things. Opportunity, come to the land of opportunity. You can own a home, you can work hard, blah, 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 blah. But as time has gone on, America has turned into like this place of control and fear and division and extreme greed and whatever else they're doing in the government that is just the heinous crimes against humanity. But that's a conversation for another day. Capitalism can make you feel small. Capitalism can make you feel worthless. Not having access to the correct benefits because they're not available to you can make you feel like you don't want to be alive anymore. I want to go align myself where my life feels good. I feel good. I feel like my effort is rewarding me with the social programs I'm receiving. It's time to look abroad and understand this no longer serves me, and it's okay to leave your country if you've outgrown it.
It's so
Quitting my job and leaving the US was literally the best decision I have ever made. I think the old American dream that they sold us in the 50s, 60s, 70s is dead. The new American dream is peace and rest and financial stability. And a lot of times you can't get that with the house that they tell you got to get the house with the picket fence, white picket fence, whatever. A lot of times you can't get that. Financial stability means renting an apartment, then that's what it means. If peace means taking a break from America, then that's what it is. It's not really just like, oh, the American dream is no longer the American dream. It's the fact that you can barely breathe. Like, you really can't take time off work without worrying about bills. And then when you leave the house, you spend $100 minimum. And I feel like I did everything right. Excuse me, I just left the gym. I feel like I did everything right. Like, I went to school, got multiple degrees, got the house, got the car, the American dream, got married. But I just wasn't happy. I just didn't want to participate in a life in America anymore. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do to take a break in life.
Once you leave America, you ain't never going back. Honestly, I left like almost 2, 3 years ago. And ever since I left America, I've been nothing but happy, nothing but blessed, nothing but grateful. But when I was living in America, I was nothing but depressed. I was miserable. I was living in that paycheck to paycheck lifestyle. Just know the minute you leave America, your happiness, your depression, all that gets a lot better. When you're in America, bro, that shit is miserable.
This is why I'm going to leave America and I probably won't ever come back. Okay, firstly, people always say, if you want to live in America, you have to work hard. Okay, let's say I work hard, I'll become a millionaire. Now I'm making millions per year, per month, whatever. Now you're successful, you have all this money, but you understand the value of your safety. You have all these nice things, the jewelry, the cars. Now you have to pay for security. You have to pay for a nice neighborhood, gated community. Depending on where you are, you're not going to wear your nice watch. You might get robbed. If you drive a nice car, you got to pull over and pump gas. You don't know what's going to happen. Somebody might run up on you. Even though you have all the money, the house, the car, the family, you have some fear for your safety like never before. And some people become paranoid. So number one is safety. It's not safe at all. Number two, once you make this money, now your lifestyle has to increase rapidly. Now you're too good for economy, business class. Everything has to be first class. You have to fly private. Let me tell you something. One of my best friends from China makes millions of dollars per year. His manufacturer is supplying Walmart and Target. He never flies first class. He wears the same damn clothes. He doesn't have an iPhone. Lives a simple, basic life. In China, you'll never know who has money.
Even the USA was one of the best decisions I ever made. Living my life in Asia. Oh my goodness. Life is a blessing. The people are so kind. It's safe. You get smiles, not little ugly mean mugs from people when you're walking around. People actually say hi. They acknowledge your existence. It's so crazy and so foreign. I've never seen anything like this. Look at this. Cost of living is at least half as much. And this is Makati in Manila. So this is a big city. If you go other places, it's going to be a lot less. Renting is so easy. You get a Grab, which is like an Uber. It's like a couple dollars. I mean, I don't have any complaints. Do you understand? You can bless people. You can be a blessing. When you tip, people are so grateful because a lot of people, I guess, don't tip, which is crazy, right? You can help people. I mean, the culture, the women are gorgeous. If you're a single man looking for a good girl, let me know what you think. Book that flight. If you're interested in making a change in your life, developing yourself, making money online, AI, cryptocurrency, getting your website set up, learning traffic and affiliate commissions and sales and all of that, comment on this video info. We are in the pre-launch stage, and very soon I will be messaging every single person that comments with an opportunity to get access to my inside group. Hope to see you in there. God bless.
A year ago, we made the decision to leave the US, and honestly, it's been the best thing for us. In the US, we were sick all the time. It wasn't just fast food, it was the bread, the coffee creamer, even the fruits and vegetables, just to name a few. Our diet was affecting our health, and it took months to recover from it. Now the food we have access to is fresher, more natural, and it's made us so much healthier. We don't even walk that much more than before. We were already big walkers and bikers, but overall, our health just feels more balanced. We're also way less stressed, and that alone has helped our health so much. We've been able to cut back on our working hours, which has made such a difference. It's given us space to breathe, time to enjoy life, and most importantly, time to be together as a family. And maybe the biggest change? We don't live with that constant worry about safety anymore. We're not looking over our shoulders at grocery stores or events. That peace of mind has been life-changing. Looking back, this past year has been about more than just moving. It's been about living differently, healthier, calmer, and more connected. And the best part, this is just the beginning. We can't wait to take you along on our next adventure.
Leaving my home country was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. I'm talking mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. Putting yourselves in different cultures is just so eye-opening. Like when you see how people are living in other parts of the world, it forces you to realize what we take for granted back home and what we put too much value on back home. In the US, all we think about is money and other toxic things like status and clout. Making money is very important in today's world, but it's just a piece of the pie. Life is truly just a balance of health, relationships, finances, and enjoyment or entertainment. And I felt like in the US, I was forced to basically abandon my health, relationships, enjoyment just to get in a good financial position. And living abroad truly helped me fix my life balancing issues, giving me more time for what truly matters. So if you can relate to how I felt back when I was living in the US, let this be a sign to get out and travel more. You can always make more money, but you can never get your time back.
This is your sign to leave America. Yes, girl, you can leave. You don't have to be stuck where you were born and raised at. You do not have to continue to stay there and endure the things that are going on, especially if you look like me. By that, if you know, you know. We don't have to stay there. We don't have to keep suffering. There are other countries that will welcome you with open arms. There are other countries with lower cost of living. There are other countries where you'll be able to really stretch your budget, make the most of your life, and actually live. Imagine living to live and not just to work. Are you living to work? Because I know when I stayed in the United States, I was definitely living just to work, just to continue to live. Here in KZN, South Africa, I am living my best life. In Cape Town, South Africa, living my best life. Look at these views. Leave the United States, please.
Leaving the US to live abroad is by far the best decision I've ever made in my life. And the first thing I learned is that our concept of work-life balance is absolute bullshit. Most people spend their entire lives working and will probably never be able to retire. And most people only get 1, maybe 2 weeks off an entire year for vacation. And with the cost of living as high as it is, most people can't even afford that. And we're supposed to be just okay with it. And one thing I've learned is that money is no longer a goal, but it's more so of a tool to get whatever it is that I'm looking for. And honestly, that's provided so much tranquility and peace in my life that I didn't have before just because money was the main thing that I was chasing. I used to pay over $2,500 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment. That didn't even include all the other utilities and bills I had to pay. And for that same amount, I'm able to catch flights whenever I want to. I'm able to go on cruises. I can literally go to different countries like Indonesia and go camping or living in a van. And while a lot of people argue that my lifestyle and traveling is not something that everybody can do, or it's unavailable for a lot of different people, I can guarantee you that it's more affordable and accessible than a lot of people have been led to believe. If the pandemic taught us anything, it's the fact that most people are able to work remotely, which means more people than not are able to travel and work abroad and, be flexible with their lives. But once again, we're just taught that, Work should come first and living should come later, and that is something that I definitely don't believe in.
POV, I left America for a new life. Tired of working 60 hours a week.
Tell me why you're crying, oh can you feel? Why you gave me something I don't release you? But you know that's alright. When I'm crying, you cry. Now you come to my yard. Can you see what I cry? If the world was ending, would you cry or would you try?
I'm at this phase of my life where I only want the best for me. The best. The best job, the best mental health. I want to travel the world. I want to eat good food. I want to try new things. And I want nothing but positive energy and positive people around me, even if that means cutting off the toxicity. When you spend a lot of time alone, you learn to learn you, and you learn to learn what makes you happy. And you also learn to learn all the things that you were doing to make other people happy while you were miserable. I only want the best for myself.
You guys, I left America and I'm not coming back. Ever. Yeah, I got friends and family out there and I will always visit them, but I'm not living there. I live in Bangkok, Thailand. I'm here in my $400 a month condo on the 26th floor, high-rise condo. Look at this view. Gorgeous. Gorgiana. I eat real food that's not lab grown. I'm around nice people. My edges have grown back. My skin is clearing up. I feel like I left the rat race. I feel like I exited the matrix. And you guys, I am thriving. So if this is a sign for you to leave, it's time to leave.
The best thing I ever did for my health, my mind, and my soul, and the benefit of my family was get the out of the United States, man. That place is a work in progress, if you haven't noticed. If you got children and you love them, and you got health problems, you want to get healthier, you're depressed, or you feel bad, or like something's missing in your life, get out of the United States, man. I want to say like 50% of your problems will get better, and you don't even know it. People complaining about the food pyramid and carbs and breads, psh, I eat pasta and bread every day, all day, man, and I feel great. I lost like most of the excess fat of my body. I got in better shape. My kids are happier, dude. My kids are living beautiful, wonderful lives that I envy. Things are only going to get worse in the United States, man. And if we go to war or something, dude, your boy is getting drafted, man. And I'll tell you this, if America goes to war, I'll fight in the war, okay? You want me to fight? I'll gladly fight for America. But for the women and children and the rest, you want your life to improve? Leave the U.S., dude. Come here to Spain. Come to Italy. Come to France.
If you're an American waking up today thinking, holy shit, is this my moment? Is this the moment that is literally going to make me leave this country? Listen up. We left 2.5 years ago. We live in Portugal. It was the best decision we ever made. In fact, it was moments like this that we knew would probably come that made us want to leave. I have joined a company called She Thrives Abroad, and we are coaches that help people move abroad. I happen to be the coach for Portugal because I sit in Portugal. But we help anyone move anywhere in the world that has a legal visa path. We just happen to focus on Portugal, Spain, and the Netherlands. So I say again, if this is the day that you wake up and you say, I've had it, like so many other Americans, and you want help with this process of moving, of preparing, of exploring visa paths, of actually executing on the plan and having a clear roadmap of how to do that, I want you to put a comment below and then send me a direct message. I will personally refer you into our program and we can get you started. Y'all, America is not the end all be all. So, is today the day that you make that decision? Because if it is, we need to talk.
because we have access to resources that can help you do it sooner rather than later.
Living in the United States, all I could ever think about was like, damn, bro, I gotta get my money up, bro. How am I gonna get a job? How am I gonna pay my bills, man? How am I gonna keep this woman happy so she's not all up on my back? I'm losing my girl. I'm going through depression, bro. My shorty was talking to other dudes, bro, because I was not being a man. You know? It took me to leave the United States for me to find myself as a man, bro. I'm the best me that I've been in years, bro. You feel me? What about you? I just feel like, man, in the United States, we put ourselves last, man. We put our money first, man. What about you, man? Your life has no monetary value. You are priceless. One day you have to sit on that deathbed and question yourself. Damn, what did I do wrong? Nigga, I don't want that, bro. I don't want to regret. Regret is the thing I'm afraid of, bro. You feel me? I'm afraid of regret. No cap. I'm in the process of literally building a business, teaching people how to do what I did and make money online, man. I started making money online when I came here. But leaving the United States and moving to another country was the best decision I made in my life.
If you're an American and thinking about leaving the US just like I did, listen up. There are so many reasons why I decided to leave the US and why I will never move back. Starters, the food in the US is pumped full of preservatives and antibiotics. US allows chemicals and other substances that are banned in other countries in their food. Since leaving the US, I'm able to eat organic food straight from farmers markets for a reasonable price. Leads me to reason number 2. It's extremely expensive living in the US. With inflation and rising house prices, I honestly don't see it getting any better. Number 3, safety, more so gun control in the US is a complete joke. The US is the #1 country in the world with the most mass shootings. However, since living in Bali, I don't fear being shot when merely walking outside my door. Someone who worked for corporate America for 15 years, work-life balance in the US does not exist. The culture in America is extremely toxic. Companies want you to burn out slaving for them. I believe the new American dream is to leave.
Things that we as Americans have stopped enjoying because we have to work all the time. The first one is resting and feeling guilty about it. When we rest and we have a day off, a lot of us feel guilt. A lot of us feel like, oh, I probably should be doing this, or I should probably go and do this, or I should probably fold my laundry. Probably, instead of just relaxing your body and relaxing your mind. And it's okay to just relax, y'all. It's okay to just sit and relax. The other thing is we rush to everything. We're always rushing here, rushing there, rushing to do this, rushing to do this, a doctor's appointment. We're just rushing everywhere. We don't take our time and then just do what we need to do, but in a timely manner. It's really hard for a lot of us to do that because there's so much that we have to do. The third thing is waking up and feeling complete peace. It's very hard to do that, like I said, because we have so much we feel like we have to do in such a short span of time, so many bills piling up, that we can't just wake up and just be at peace, like our minds and our bodies. We wake up and we're just go, 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 go. We have this to do, this to do. And it's exhausting. You know what I mean? So just remember to take time to yourself and just relax and enjoy the time that you have, because it's not that long, not to be negative, but we don't have a lot of time on this earth. So remember to take time for yourself and just enjoy sitting outside on your porch and drinking a cup of coffee or some tea, or just sitting outside and turn your phone off and enjoy life in the stillness of things.
Only have 4 days left in America before I move to Asia. Right now, I'm staying with my parents. Got here yesterday, staying with them for the next couple of days until I leave to Asia. Feels kind of weird being in my room that I grew up in before I leave my home country. I'm about to sell my car. I've only had this car for like a year, Toyota RAV. I love this car. Highly recommend it. Really good car, but no point in having a car, paying insurance and whatnot. So I'm going to just sell this to CarMax. They gave me a good offer. And then in 4 days, my ass is gone to Asia. I'm excited, and I'll see you tomorrow.
I have a confession to make. The #1 reason why I left the US was because the food got me really sick. I got so tired of feeling sick after every meal. So before I secured legal residency in Europe, I was living 6 months in the US and 6 months abroad. And every time I lived abroad, I was always so happy. But every time I would come back to the US and eat the food there, my body never fully felt okay. And I kept telling myself, like, everyone has gut issues. This is normal, right? And in 2023, I spent 7 or 8 months in the US. And I noticed noticed that my gut issues and my thyroid got worse and worse. That was the moment that I realized I'm not the problem. The US, the environment, the chemicals in the food, that was the problem. So when I started researching legal ways of moving abroad, I got so excited. I found Spain's digital nomad visa. It allowed me to apply while I was in the country. So I booked a one-way ticket to Spain in 2023. It is 2026 now, and my health is in a much better place. My digestion is stable. My labs have improved tremendously, and our daily life is just calmer here. And this is exactly why I built Lux Nomads, to create a structured legal path for people who know that the US is not the only way to live. If you want to learn how I secure legal residency in Europe, make sure you follow Michelle the Lux Nomad to learn more.
It's last day wearing this stupid uniform. End of an era. So that's it. A man came, took my car. There it is. Farewell. It's been a good run. The car is sold, all the stuff is packed and donated. I'm on my way to the DMV to drop off my license plate. I am beyond excited. And later, I'm gonna do my final attempt to go get my passport because I'm flying out on Sunday and today's Tuesday. I really need my passport.
This weekend makes 3 weeks since I've officially left the US, and here are a few things that have confirmed I've made the best decision for me. I have been feeling a peace that has surpassed all understanding, a peace that I didn't even know was fully possible. A lot of people here, of course including our friends, care about you to a degree that you just don't see in the US, and it makes you feel like, where am I, heaven? Spent my birthday at a beach club that costs about 15 USD to hang out there pretty much for the whole day, and the water was clean and the beach was clean and the food was fantastic. Eating the fruit here is like tasting fruit the way it was originally designed to taste. Mango? What the fuck? Mango in the US versus mango here? Don't even play with me. Let's talk about doctor care. You do not need insurance to be able to afford the health you need. You also can sit and talk with the doctor for 20, 30 minutes about what is happening with you. Your appointment is at this time, your appointment is at this time. Maybe they're behind 5 or 10 minutes, but once they have you for that full allotted time. No passing you off to a nurse. No offense to nurses, I know they're fantastic. But no, you get that doctor's full attention, and they actually give a flying fuck about you and what is happening with your health. And they'll text you like, hey, you coming in? Did you get your x-rays? Did you do your blah, blah, blah? Like, they're texting you, making sure you're doing your shit. And they actually care about your well-being. It could go on and on, honestly. We have been here on and off for 2 years, and we've made it official the past few weeks. And if we would have let circumstances and whatever else tell us, like, I guess we're not meant to get our visa because every time we tried, something would come up, then we would have been missing out on literally a piece of heaven on earth. So if you are wanting to leave, you feel that push to leave, you hold on to that feeling, because I promise you there's something greater on the other side.
Niaje watu wangu, naitwa Benson. Leo niliamka asubuhi saa ngapi hivi? 4. Wanajaribu kudeliver goods fulani kwa customer. And I think kuwa na hiyo time alone imenifanya ni realize ninapoteza time yangu hapa. Nimekuwa hapa tangu 2011 na nimefanya kazi yote, nimeingia jeshi, nimefanya 4 years nikadeploy Afghanistan. Came corporate world after that. My last job I think I think about 12,000. 1.7 ya Kenya. Na on the side pia nimekuwa na business. Na nimerealize kitu moja sahi tu within those last guess 3 hours. Na waste time yangu hapa. I'm wasting my time here. And I'm not gonna do that anymore. Takuja home. I'm coming home. Sababu it doesn't make any sense kuamka hivi mapema kwenda job And don't get me wrong, like working for myself, because I think niliacha job December. I've been working for myself since then. Yeah, the money is not as much as I used to, kama ile ya kuajiriwa, but come to think about it, it's really not about money. Sababu nimejenga home, nimenunua ploti, tumenunua place ingine hapa. Like tuko na hao kama ngapi sahi? Hao 3. Tuko na land. And all of this, and I'm never gonna get time to enjoy it. Juni hii hustle ya kuamka na kufanya job ni kama tumekuwa program kufanya hivyo. I want to enjoy life. This is not living. Ati mtoi wangu nampeleka daycare anawachiwa na mtu mwingine anafidiwa nonsense the whole day. I only get like maybe 2 to 3 hours. It doesn't make sense. I should be able to spend time with my family. Juu nimeacquire some resources here and there zenye zinaweza support your lifestyle. So nakuja home na I think juu hapa nilikuwa na invest kwa real estate, nataka kufanya property management, and I've set my goal at that. And I don't know why I'm telling you this, because this is something personal, but I don't know, I just felt like I should share. I don't know kama kuna mtu mwingine mwenye ako hapa US anafeel hivyo. Inafeel ni kama rat race, ni kama wewe panya uko kwa hamster wheel, you're not hopping off, and it's because of the programming. Ile programming imewekwa, lazima work, lazima ufanye hivi. I don't want to do that anymore. It feels like slavery. Anyways, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Have a good day.
Things I've learned since I've left America and moved abroad to a different country. Number 1, we were lied to in America. America is not nearly as great as we've been told that it is. Number 2, we are actually so behind other countries and we don't even realize it because we are constantly fed the lie that we are the best. Number 3, we've also been lied to about how scary other countries are. And before some of you come in the comments trying to talk about countries like North Korea where it's obviously not a good place to live, even if you could go and live there, I'm talking about chill countries like Japan where I live. People are going to tell you that Japan is this and that you'll be miserable here, and it's not like that at all. My mental health and financial stability has drastically improved since living here in Japan. Number 4, other countries are walkable. America is not. We Americans are so used to having cars that we think it's a necessity. Meanwhile, in other countries, everything you need is all around you. And if it's not, there's easily accessible public transportation to get you where you need to go. I don't have a car here in Japan, and it's been totally fine. I was nervous about it at first, coming from a country like America where like a car is definitely a necessity, but it's been so cool living in a country where cars are not a necessity and seeing how beneficial it is for everything to be walking distance. You don't need a car here, so that takes off all the stress of owning a car. And number 5, moving abroad is not impossible. Please do not be scared to go for it if you have the means to. Keep in mind, I'm saying if you have the means to. So please don't start flooding my comments like some of y'all do in my other videos listing all the reasons why you personally are not able to move abroad. If you don't have the means to do it, that's okay. However, if you do have the means to, go for it. You will be happy and healthier, I promise, and it's an experience that you'll never forget. Repost this video and follow for part 2 of more things that I've learned since leaving America.
I left America 6 months ago and my life is infinitely better. Let's talk about it. First things first, I've talked about this in other videos, but it cost me around $1,000 to leave the States, which is significantly less money than I ever anticipated. And I think it's a really important thing for everyone to be talking about, that it actually costs a lot less than you might think to leave the US. Since moving abroad, these are the things that have improved in my life. First and foremost, my physical health is infinitely better. Why? The food is better. The air quality is better. I'm happier. I'm less stressed out. Medicine and healthcare is way more affordable. Like, we're talking apples and oranges. People are nicer here because they are happier here. It is significantly easier to cultivate community in a place where people are trusting and loving and empathetic and kind. And I cannot stress this enough. My central nervous system is relaxed and calm for the first time in my life.
My husband and I finally made the difficult decision to leave the United States. It was not an easy decision, and it came from a lot of conversations. But we finally realized we're fighting to stay somewhere that not only is he unwanted, but we're fighting to stay in a place that's just falling apart more and more each day and becoming an unrecognizable place. My husband came here to study English and to be part of everything the United States had to offer, which was a better life. The irony. Let me tell you a few things that I'm also forfeiting as a US citizen that our country fights so hard to protect their interest. I am now forced to go live in another country just to preserve my marriage. This comes with leaving my family behind, leaving my law license behind that took me years and years to get. I'm not licensed, obviously, in another country, so I have to find an entirely new profession and start over entirely. Being a disabled veteran, someone who broke their back and both of their hips in the military, I am now forced to forfeit my personalized care plan that I have worked the last decade to develop with my physicians. I have medications that I take on a daily basis, and the VA does not ship them out of the country. This also just means that our kids will not really have a relationship with my family. How did we get to a place where like the destruction, the waterfall of destruction is just so normalized? I can't stress enough how much I'm not trying to make this about me as much as I'm trying to shed light for those who truly don't get it yet. You should care that your fellow citizens are now being forced to leave the country to stay married. That's where we've gotten, and if that's okay with you, what the hell? To stand 10 toes down behind this administration and to support them at the expense of your fellow citizens should cause alarm bells. You should not be able to rationalize that. This is not as simple as some people are making it out to be. This will easily become a channel of watching us start over from scratch. I've got to find a new job in a country where I need to learn how to speak the fluent language and uproot everything I know, just because I fell in love with an immigrant. Stay tuned for our journey and watch me pack up my entire house alone, because I'm also robbed of any help in this process because my husband will be in ICE detention until the time that they drive him from the facility to the airport. Is America great? I have yet to see it.
Hello everyone, I'm at the airport right now. After talking to my family and friends, I decided to leave America. It's a tough decision. I definitely cried a little bit, but I think I'm going to leave. I changed my flight from Miami to New York. It's supposed to be on Friday, but it's Wednesday early morning. I'm at the airport, Miami. About to go back to New York, just clear my storage, send things back home, potentially see some friends, and just pack. And I'm probably gonna leave in the next few days. Definitely a tough decision, but I'm just tired. I just don't have this energy mentally and physically to continue job searching. And also at this point, it's not about the job anymore. I got an offer, it was withdrawn. It's not because I'm not qualified or because of the skills or experience or anything. It's only because I'm on visa. I think I need a break. I want to spend some time with my family and then think about next. Am I gonna come back? I don't know yet, because with everything going on right now, I just can't think clearly. I really need to rest. I haven't seen my family for a little over a year, and I'm actually very excited about this. But in terms of what's next, I haven't figured out yet.
Americans are fleeing the United States. Let's talk about it. So my little family and I, that includes me, my husband, our little boy, and 2 dogs. Yes, that's right, 2 dogs. We decided to leave America because things have just gotten out of control there. The economy is awful. I love my country, but there's so much more to see. So many families are stuck in the 9-to-5 grind. They're stuck going to soccer practice and ballet practice, taekwondo and school and this and that, and working, only for the weekends to, do some laundry, do all the chores, and then start it all over again on Monday. We didn't want that. We wanted something with more freedom. Here we are in Vietnam. Today we are at this really cool cafe. It's a workspace cafe. It's called Lapin. And my husband's been doing said husband doing his digital nomad life. My little boy doing his homeschool and working on tutoring. And me, just living it up, you guys, filming content for you. If you're tired of being stuck in a job that you hate, follow me and we are showing you another way to live your life. Bye.
Hello. Is anyone else really tired of living in the US and wants to leave? I am. We are. Me and my husband are. It's definitely time, and I figured that we can do a little video series on it. We've done videos in the past just for fun, but things have been really, really, really tough. And I wanted to make a little series about it because I noticed on social media that we're not the only ones who are severely struggling in this country. So let me just do a little introduction video of who me and my husband are, and then I hope that we can build a community of people who are feeling the same way, no matter if you're leaving the country or not. Just need maybe some mental and emotional support, and we can be there for each other. My name is Caroline. I'm 33 years old, and I'm originally from Sweden, a city called Västerås. Yeah, just like the Game of Thrones, city of Västerås. And my husband's name is Nick. He's 34 years old and born and raised in California. We currently live in San Jose, California. I came to the US in 2014, spent some time in Chicago and Mountain View, California as an au pair for 2 different families, and that was when I met Nick. And so for me to stay here permanently, I went back home and applied for a 90-day fiance visa. Yes, just like the show. We got married in 2017 thinking we are gonna stay in California forever. But now that we've been together for 9 years, we are very tired of trying to make things work in the US. Financially and mentally, we need a break. Like, oh good Lord, we need a break. I miss my home country, and Nick, who has visited Sweden 4 times, absolutely loves it. So our goal is to move in June 2025 or sometime around there. We've already sent in Nick's permanent residency application about 2 months ago. And until we hear from the migration agency in Sweden, we're just going to have to keep working harder and harder to stay afloat and survive living in California. But it's getting tougher. And I know many of you guys can relate to that. So if you are one of the people who can relate, or you're interested in this sort of content, and maybe you're also thinking of moving and want some advice or see how things go for us, then feel free to jump aboard and join the conversation that we're about to have here. I'm just going to do a lot of sit downs where I talk about our progress and where we're at with it and how we feel and how things are going. So I hope you join us.
I really don't know who needs to hear this, but if you're a U.S. citizen and you're looking to move abroad, you can just go to this beautiful country right here. Not many people know about it. It's called Paraguay. They just need to make sure that you're not a crazy person, you're healthy, and you have some means to support yourself, but even that you don't really have to prove. Once you get those documents together, Apostle, fly to Paraguay. You can apply in person to have a temporary residency. You will get your cedula, and then after 2 years, you become a permanent resident of Paraguay. Think about that shit. You really don't need to prove much. Go look into this shit, guys. If you guys want to leave the U.S., I know a lot of people do. If you guys really want to do it, Paraguay might be one of the easiest countries in the world to do so.
My husband and I finally made the difficult decision to leave the United States. It was not an easy decision, and it came from a lot of conversations. But we finally realized we're fighting to stay somewhere that not only is he unwanted, but we're fighting to stay in a place that's just falling apart more and more each day and becoming an unrecognizable place. My husband came here to study English and to be part of everything the United States had to offer, which was a better life. The irony. Let me tell you a few things that I'm also forfeiting as a US citizen that our country fights so hard to protect their interest. I am now forced to go live in another country just to preserve my marriage. This comes with leaving my family behind, leaving my law license behind that took me years and years to get. I'm not licensed, obviously, in another country, so I have to find an entirely new profession and start over entirely. Being a disabled veteran, someone who broke their back and both of their hips in the military, I am now forced to forfeit my personalized care plan that I have worked the last decade to develop with my physicians. I have medications that I take on a daily basis, and the VA does not ship them out of the country. This also just means that our kids will not really have a relationship with my family. How did we get to a place where, like, the destruction, the waterfall of destruction is just so normalized? I can't stress enough how much I'm not trying to make this about me as much as I'm trying to shed light for those who truly don't get it yet. You should care that your fellow citizens are now being forced to leave the country to stay married. That's where we've gotten, and if that's okay with you, what the hell? To stand 10 toes down behind this administration and to support them at the expense of your fellow citizens should cause alarm bells. You should not be able to rationalize that. This is not as simple as some people are making it out to be. You know, this will easily become a channel of watching us start over from scratch. I've got to find a new job in a country where I need to learn how to speak the fluent language and uproot everything I know, just because I fell in love with an immigrant. Stay tuned for our journey and watch me pack up my entire house alone, because I'm also robbed of any help in this process because my husband will be in ICE detention until the time that they drive him from the facility to the airport. Is America great? I have yet to see it.
I left the United States and moved to Mexico a month ago, and I'm ready to tell you guys how everything went. The start was rough. We flew in the day that Mencho was killed, and that was one of the top cartel leaders. So everyone thought the entire country of Mexico was on fire, but it was just like certain parts. I'm laughing at that because everybody groups Mexico as like one place. But we moved to Playa del Carmen. It's in the Yucatan Peninsula. It's in the Caribbean part of Mexico, and it was way far from all the chaos that was happening in central Mexico. So me, my husband, our 3 kids, and my brother flew in from the Salt Lake Airport into Cancun Airport. I will never forget the feeling of stepping off the plane and feeling the heat. Like, we didn't go straight into the airport. Like, you had to get off the plane and get a shuttle to the airport. So stepping off, seeing the jungle, feeling the humidity, feeling the heat, feeling the sun, it felt different immediately. And different in the most amazing way. Like, I just felt a weight off my shoulders. And it's funny because when we flew from Salt Lake, it was freezing as fuck outside. We had our jackets and sweatpants, and we got there and it's like 80 degrees hot as shit. So from there, we went to our Airbnb and we had a rental car for 3 weeks. So this past 3 weeks, we've just spent exploring and driving all over the Riviera Maya, like all over Mexico, Cancun, Tulum, Aguamal, Puerto Morelos, all of Playa del Carmen. And it's been so nice to just familiarize ourselves with the area, get to know the places, and you guys, it is beautiful. The animals here, the birds are always chirping. I have lost about 25 pounds since being here, and I've been here for a month. My skin is just glowing, like my soul just feels so much lighter, and this is exactly why I moved here and why I wanted to live this life and pursue this life. We were able to go to Chichen Itza, the ancient Mayan ruins. We've been able to go to tons of different beaches, beautiful beaches. The water is crystal clear blue. We've been snorkeling. We went on a boat tour and we saw all kinds of marine life. And it's just a different life. Like, it is truly, like, compared to the life I was living in Utah. Traffic, always on the go, worried about money, worried about the pressure of race. I did not feel safe. And it was just getting worse and worse. And so I'm so happy to be here and to be living this life. I am gonna post about our apartment rental that we got, where we chose to live, and everything else.
And some bitch tried to roast me on Twitter because I said
that I'm getting the fuck up out of America and I don't care. Oh, and somebody on here too. Oh, I'm fighting my ancestors' fault. If you don't want to fight them, just be quiet. Bitch, make me be quiet, bitch. I want to leave the fuck out of America. There's so many people who left out of America, and there's a lot of black people who left out of America too. Oh, not a lot of black people. Bitch, shut the fuck up. I could tell a bitch that never traveled before. I want to leave America. I don't want to fight for this shit. This shit ain't never fight for me. I don't give a fuck how y'all feel. I said what I said. As soon as I get the opportunity, I'm out of here. Will I come back and visit? Yeah. But as someone who lived in different countries, I want to be the fuck up out of here. I do. I don't care about rent. I don't care about owning a house. I don't care about starting a family. I don't care about having kids. I don't care about these politicians, and all of them is corrupt, no matter if they blue or red. I don't give a fuck. All the food is poison. They sucking up all our water. They don't give us no health care. You think I'm supposed to give a fuck? I bust my ass and got 3 college degrees. My fucking degree is to teach another language. And I'm supposed to be in debt and then supposed to suffer like this, and I can't get no job purposely? Fuck you, bitch. Fuck this country. Suck my dick. Ah, yeah.
Today officially marks 45 days until I leave America permanently. Well, maybe not permanently. I don't think New York is completely over, but this chapter is. I think that there will be a time in the near future where I will be able to live between my new home, my new country of Spain, and my home, New York City. But for now, I'm leaving in literally 6 weeks. 45 days to be exact from today. And honestly, I feel really, really at peace with it. I'm not nervous. I'm really excited. I kind of wish that I was already there. I'm not afraid at all. All of these feelings that I have where I feel really calm and at peace with this decision to leave everything that I've known and have grown with my business, my family, my friendships, everything that I have built here, I'm leaving behind. I'm not taking any of it with me. I'm packing as much as I can in my suitcases and I'm out. I've never done anything like this. I'm a big risk taker, but this is quite literally probably the biggest risk I've ever taken. I've taken other risks, like obviously starting a business is a really big risk. I started my business almost 8 years ago when I'm walking away from it. I think that life is about taking chances, and that's the only way you're really gonna get to grow and fully be able to learn and understand who you are and what your purpose is. And I am so excited to find out what that actually is. I have an idea of what that is. I'm pretty clear on what my purpose in this life is. Now, how will I be able to have the impact over there? And how will I be able to get closer to my goals by removing myself from everything that I know? I don't know, but I'm gonna do it anyway and fully trust and surrender to the process. So yes, I will be taking you along for the process of everything from like packing to me getting on my flight to landing in Barcelona to going to Paris 3 days later for the Jay-Z concert. I'm taking you all with me, so not to worry. So I'm really excited. Oh, apartment hunting. Yeah, you're gonna be there. I'm gonna show you guys everything. So make sure you're following me. And if you have any tips for me, if you've ever done anything like this, please let me know in the comments because, you know, I am literally just betting my entire life on a hope, a prayer, and some fucking scotch tape.
I'm gonna be so honest right now. I want to move out of the United States of America. This is not the land of the free. It's not the land of the free. It's the land of the prisoners. And that's what I'm gonna keep it real and tell you right now. We are struggling. I am 24 years old. I have a 3-year-old daughter. And I have made the most money I have ever made in my entire existence, all of 2024 and coming into 2025. I work a 9 to 5, 40 hours a week and overtime. I do my part in society. I go to work, I stay out of trouble, I have a clean background, clean slate, and I am still struggling. I am still struggling. People are in 1-bedroom, 649 square feet apartments for $1,100-$1,200 a month. Plus utilities, plus car, plus insurance. I'm trying to move out the country. I'm trying to have a $400, $450, $600 rent. I'm trying to pay $120 a month on groceries, not $379 a month. That's what I spent this month on groceries, is $376. And it only lasts about 3 weeks because I make lunch to go to work. Moral of the story, I make breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The food is gone. I have to feed my child. She's not in school yet. She's 3. So I'm still struggling is what I'm getting at. People out of this country are driving scooters for $2. Their water bill is $3. They have housemaids and they can walk outside in flip-flops. They're not trying to impress anybody. They're living to survive and they're happy. America is not the land of the free. It's really not. What is going to change in society? What is going to change in this economy? And we can speak on this all we want because people are woke now, but nothing is going to change. It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. And people wonder why there are homeless, drug addicts, pedophiles, rapists. People have dark minds because they can't keep up. They genuinely cannot keep up. And what does America do with these people? Lock them away in jail. Throw them in prison, throw them in jail, and what happens when they go there? They're charged for being in prison. They're charged for being in jail. When they get out, they have to pay court fees. When they get out, they have to pay for being locked up. People are really struggling in America. And y'all want to put, like, I can say so much, but I'm trying to walk on eggshells because people don't like woke people. All I know is when I get the means in the next 2 to 3 years, I'm taking my family out of this country. I'm not living here no more. I'm not no U.S. citizen no more. I don't want to be. You can have it. You can have my ID. You can have my license. You can have all this shit. I want to go. I want to be free for real. I want to run in the grass. And I want to stop paying $600 car payment, $300 car insurance, $1,100 rent. You know what I'm saying? Electric bill is over here $268. Like, we are struggling. We're paying on the last day before it's due because we just want to hold the money before we give it to you. It's despicable. Everything's based on credit. I just can't. And it's like, I don't even want to create more children and give them a beautiful life or create legacies or anything out here because they have to struggle too. And all you can do is teach them and guide them to the right path. And it's like, I'm sorry, baby, but you are going to struggle. How you going to get out of it? You got to hustle. It's just a whole bunch to this America shit that I'm not fucking with. And I'm going to keep it real. When I get the chance, I'm out of this country. I'm out of this country.